The holiday before that is for me Thanksgiving Eve. It's
Yes.
hyped. I absolutely love Thanksgiving Eve, but you are not really as big a fan as I am. So let's discuss, is it hype or overhyped?
I think it's overhyped. I think it's overhyped. Not entirely. I think it's overhyped. Maybe like the first 2 years you're in college, I think it's exciting. Everyone, welcome back to another special edition of the Two Man Podcast. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday, Carl. How's it going?
Yes, sir. It's going great, man. Happy Black Friday. I know we're recording this on Tuesday before Thanksgiving, but
Yep.
when this comes out, it'll be Black Friday. So hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving,
Yep.
and I hope you're enjoying your Black Friday.
I hope so. I know the deals aren't what they used to be, unfortunately, but I think it's still a lot of fun to go out there at 4 a.m. or honestly do it online nowadays. Probably easier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, dude, Amazon's got some great deals, let me tell you.
exactly. I'm sure as you guys are watching this, me and Carl will be buying plenty of Marvel comics and sports
Oh yeah.
memorabilia and stuff like
hmm
that. So, uh,
Just adding to my collection up here, just all these different Funko Pops. Yeah,
yeah,
that'll be me. Yep.
exactly. Exactly. But enough
Mhm.
about us, Carl. Why don't you let the lovely people know what we got planned for the episode today?
Yeah, guys, we got a fun-filled episode for everybody. We're gonna do a nice movie review. Respectively, I saw Gladiators 2 and Tyler had not. Tyler saw Wicked and I have not. So
Hell
we
yeah.
are going to give our very best reviews of both movies, non-spoiler. So this way you guys have time to kind of, dive into it and watch both, movies yourselves. And
Absolutely.
then after we do that, we are going to talk some Knicks. I recently went to a last-minute Knick game last Monday and kind of just talk about the experience there. And then with Thanksgiving Eve just passing, we're going to talk about a couple of holidays. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving Eve. Is it hyped or overhyped? And then finally, we'll do a Thanksgiving food draft, a little bit different than we did last year. So
Mhm.
very excited, Tyler, to dig into this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. And how about you start and just tell us a little bit about how Gladiator 2 was and let the viewers know if you need to watch Gladiator 1 first, which I'm sure you do.
Yeah, so off the bat, you kind of alluded to it. You definitely need to watch the first one before watching Gladiator 2. You can't kind of
Mhm.
just go in cold turkey and, watch this movie. No pun intended, cold turkey, by the way, Thanksgiving. But yeah, so if you haven't seen the first one already, Tyler, I know you said you haven't seen it, but
Nope.
for our viewers who haven't seen the first one, Gladiator 1 is honestly, I hadn't watched it until a week before I went to go see the movie. Probably one of the best like filmed movies and like story plot lines that I've seen in a really long time.
Hmm.
The movie really holds up for being almost 20 years old.
Yeah.
Um Really great movie. And then kind of Gladiator 2, a great sequel. I'm gonna say like it definitely wasn't as good as the first. It's
Hmm.
not like, an Empire Strikes Back type of movie where it ends up
Hmm.
being better than the first one.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think it was better. I mean, I have only watched it once. Maybe on future rewatches, the movie will kind of grow with me, how I
Hmm.
feel about it. But I genuinely really liked the movie. I thought that the twists that they have during the movie were amazing. You'll probably see online Denzel Washington is literally the GOAT. He just kind of
Hmm.
cements his like GOAT status in this movie. He just
Yeah.
has a great role. He's probably going to win an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor.
Hmm.
Um, Pedro Pascal and Paul Mescal,
Hmm.
yeah. Both had great performances throughout
Hmm.
this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul Mescal is just yoked. Like in every scene he's in,
Yeah.
he's like, if you're a lady, you're gonna just want to see more of Paul Mescal. And if you're a guy, you're also gonna want to see more of
Yeah.
Paul Mescal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, just great performances, all around from all the actors. I think my favorite part of the movie though was the action sequences.
Hmm.
Not to give too much away, but in one of the scenes, in one of the gladiator fights, they actually filled the arena with water
Oh
and
God.
they do like a ship battle in the
Hmm.
Colosseum,
Yeah.
which is crazy because like you hear stories and like they talk about it historically that that was something able to do, but just seeing it on such a grand scale, the movie they did it, you're
Yeah.
kind of like, how the hell did they do this?
Damn.
Like
Yeah.
like in one of this in the scene, they have sharks in the water, and like the water is coming in through these like from like the statues just pouring in water like a
Yeah,
fountain.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, how did they have the technology to do this shit back
Yeah,
then?
that's actually so crazy. And that's like one of the places I've always been fascinated with and want to visit one day, is the Colosseum. Just so cool. I
Yeah.
know it's not what it used to be, but still just, the history and like the things you're talking about, that they're kind of bringing to the big screen, just like things that used to go on back there. We
Yeah.
barely even know. And it's so
Like that's what
cool.
I'm saying. Like yeah, obviously, you have documents and like word of mouth of just kind of like what happened back then.
Hmm.
But like just the assumption of what actually could have transpired in at these events is just crazy.
Yeah,
The
that
one
is that is nuts. And sorry to cut you off, but
No,
you
you're
just
good.
reminded me. I don't know if you saw the interview. What's the one guy's name? Paul Mescal?
Yeah,
Mescal?
Paul Mescal, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see his workout plan?
No, I didn't see his workout
Yeah,
plan.
so I saw the same thing. I've been seeing in the trailers and stuff, like, just how jacked he looks for this movie. And, most people who get jacked for superhero movies or, big movies like this, I always feel like they ask their workout plan. And it's like, oh, yeah, I eat 120 grams of protein a day. I work out for
Yeah,
9 hours. It's his whole plan. I'm pretty sure all he said was he works out 45 minutes a day. That's all
that's
he
crazy.
that's all he
That's
did. And
crazy.
I went, that's impressive. And
That's crazy.
because you look at all these other people. You look at The Rock, who's like, yeah, I wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm working out from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then I eat all this food and I work out again from 2 to 4. It's like
Yeah.
it kind of shows that maybe it's all it takes is 45 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna kind of piggyback on that. Just like from my own personal experience, I used to go to the gym for an hour to like, 2 hours when we were in college, just
Yeah,
because there was nothing else to do when we were at college. You want to go to the
sure,
gym,
yeah.
you go lift weights, work out for like an hour and a half, maybe play some basketball when we used to go to the rec.
Hmm.
But now I kind of honestly I'm on that same wavelength. I don't really lift weights as much to just do a bunch of push-ups, sit-ups, and I
Yeah.
feel like I am in a better shape now than I am when I worked out for 2 hours. So there might be something behind that. I don't
It
know.
might be, yeah. Listen, everybody's different. I know that for sure. But I found it so fascinating because I figured he was going to give some answer that most people wouldn't be able to attain. But for him to say
Yeah,
45 minutes, I was like, okay,
crazy.
people have that time in the day. Not five
Yeah,
hours, 45 minutes.
yeah.
But yeah, to get back on track, yeah, I haven't seen the first Gladiator. I want to see the first Gladiator because I definitely want to see the second one. I mean, the cast itself looks stacked.
So good. Yeah.
And I definitely, after hearing all the good things you said about it, I definitely want to see it.
No, 100%. I mean, one of the things too that I just have to mention
Mhm.
that like when watching the movie takes me kind of out of the movie a little bit is they're in this arena like packed, probably, 20,000 people. I don't know how much the Coliseum holds, right? Let's just say like it's
Sure.
your average arena size.
Sure.
And they have no microphones or anything, and they just like speak to the crowd
Hmm.
like everybody can hear them without a microphone.
Crazy.
That's the one thing that takes me out. I'm like, this man is whispering, and yet the guys in the
Yeah, yeah,
Raptors heard this? How?
yeah.
How? That's like the one thing that takes me out of the movie itself.
Yeah.
But I gotta say though, like I said, the action sequences are just amazing. And just every single time that Pedro is on, he steals every scene that he's
Hmm.
there. And it's just a fantastic movie, man. And I really think that you should go see it. Anybody who hasn't seen it yet needs to go see it.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. And how long, like after the first one, does this kind of take place? Do you know?
Yeah, so it's like 16 years after.
Okay.
So it's like
Gotcha.
a decent amount of time because they do have some characters coming back from the first one.
Hmm.
So it kind of helps, explain why they're, 40 years older or 20 years older now.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So they look their age. So it's cool.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I see it's doing good in the box office, and it seems like for a good
Yeah.
reason.
A lot of deaths too. A lot of deaths. If you're not a gory person, I would not go and see this movie.
Gotcha. I'll watch it with one eye covered or something
Yeah,
because I'm not
definitely.
great with it.
No, definitely, definitely. But tell me, I'm very excited to hear your review about Wicked because from everything that I've seen,
Hmm.
I've just heard it's amazing, and I'm very upset I have not seen it yet. I need to go see it soon.
Yeah, this is yet another movie you and everyone listening who hasn't seen it needs to see. I mean, I left the movie theater absolutely shocked with how good it was because I saw the play in fifth grade, I think it was.
Yeah,
We
yep.
took a trip to New York City, and I just remember loving the play, but I don't remember what the plot of the movie itself was.
Hmm.
Um, so I really went into this movie kind of blind, not knowing exactly what it was. I just knew it was like a prequel to The Wizard of Oz, which was a cool premise. But I'll just say, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande were absolutely meant to play those roles. They were both
It's awesome.
unbelievable. It was so cool. Taylor was obviously more excited for the movie than me, but she pointed out a lot of details that made it so interesting. Like, none of the singing was done behind the scenes. It was all performed live during the
That's
scenes. So it's not like they were
crazy.
lip syncing. So like as they're doing all these scenes and choreography and flying across the sky and stuff, I mean, they're singing and
That's wild.
yeah, and they sound perfect together, and they were just great. And even just like the sound effects were not put in after the fact with After Effects or anything like that. Like, when you were stomping on the floor when they were shutting the doors, like they made it sound very similar to a musical production. So it didn't seem like you were watching a movie. It seemed like you were watching a movie
Yeah.
and, kind of theater production at the same time. So, for all the musical theater lovers out there, I'm sure they'll appreciate that fact more than me as well. So,
I love a good musical, man. I love a good
dude, it
musical.
was so great. And, all these songs uh, Taylor has been playing since we left the movie theater. As soon as we got in the car, we put on the soundtrack and we've probably listened to it for 72 straight hours. At first, I was like, there's no way we can keep listening to this. But the songs have been stuck in my head since I saw it Friday night, opening night. And they're just great. I mean, besides them both being great actresses, both great singers, all the songs are so catchy. And you definitely have to see it. And this is only part one, which is
I
crazy.
know there's coming out a part two next year, so it's nice that you don't have to wait too long either.
Yeah, exactly. So part two is next year, and if I'm not mistaken, they already recorded part two. I think it's all
Yeah,
done. I think it's just going to come out next year, and it's so cool. I mean, this is a small spoiler, I guess, but where intermission would be for the actual play is where they cut off the end of the
that's
first
sick.
movie.
That's sick.
So if you know where that ends in the play, now you know where that movie ends. But if you don't know where it ends in the play, it's just a break. But the movie was like 2 hours and 40 minutes. Did not seem like it. Went quick. Jeff Goldblum, another great actor in there as well. Absolutely love any role he has. And then even Peter Dinklage has a voice as a
No
voice actor in
way.
the movie too.
Love
So
Peter Dinklage.
really great to hear him in there, and it's really great. And just seeing all the interviews. I mean, Ariana Grande wanted to play this role since she was like 10 years old.
That's crazy.
And for her to finally, get that chance, you could tell she really cared about this role, and everyone who put anything into the production for this movie really cared about making sure they got it right. And boy, did they get it right. So I definitely
That's
recommend
awesome.
anyone seeing this movie. Hopefully, you see it soon too.
Yeah, man, I'm so excited to go see it. I'm gonna try and either see it tonight when we're recording this, or at least by the time this comes out Friday.
Hmm.
So I'm really hoping I get the time and have the energy to go see it multiple times because I heard that it's even better the more you watch it.
Yeah, I think me and Taylor already want to go see it again this weekend or week. So we're gonna
Oh,
try
that's
and
awesome.
squeeze it in because it's definitely a type of movie you have to see a couple of times in theaters, and you can't wait for it to be released on a streaming service or DVD or
Yeah,
something.
I heard that they have to advise people not to sing along and ruin the movie
Yeah,
experience with
that was
people.
that's funny. That was one of me and Taylor's biggest fears is running into just like some asshole in the movie theater who just couldn't help themselves and sing along. Uh, and I even saw like AMC put out some like press releases and kind of warnings or what have you to be like, hey, it's still a movie, no
It's still a
talking, and
movie.
and
Yep.
and and silencing your cell phones also means like no singing. And we got there opening night and or Friday night, and it was a packed theater, so I got scared a little bit, but no singing, just a little bit of crying from some
Just
people from
crying.
some
Just
sad
crying.
scenes. But yeah, you know what's funny? You kind of just remind me of another movie theater experience I went to last year. Just a quick story is Christmas Vacation, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. The movie theater near me and Taylor, for $5, you could go see that movie in the theaters, and that movie came out like 30, 40 years ago. But we went there and we're like, oh, this is awesome. We love this movie. And we're watching it. And these three people next to us are reciting every single word of the movie,
That's
right?
insane.
Not as it's happening, right before it's happening. And then they weren't even just reciting the script. right before a doorbell ring, they would go ding dong, and then the doorbell would ring. And then all of a sudden, I was so annoyed. It ruined my entire
I
experience.
would have been so pissed.
I would have been so
I would have been
pissed.
so pissed.
Literally. And I would have been so pissed if people were singing during this movie too, because the songs were great. I didn't want to hear from anyone else but the people on the screen. So I did not have that problem, luckily.
Dude, that's actually crazy. That's like, I mean, listen, I've seen Endgame, I've seen Infinity War. When we watch it with each other, we all do the same thing. We say the line before it happens, but to do it
Yeah.
in a movie theater,
If it's like the 10 of us in
like,
like someone's room, that's fine. But yeah, to go
yeah,
to a movie theater, it's like, yeah, cool, we get it. You've seen the movie. Like, I don't need to hear you out. And to know the sound effect, the doorbell about to ring, it's like, all right, watch a different movie, sir.
yeah,
That's
chill out.
ridiculous.
Chill the
Yeah,
fuck out.
chill out. But I don't know. Two good movies that
Oh,
came
that's
out on the
awesome.
same day. It's The Falls, Barbenheimer. So
Yeah, literally, this is this year's Barbenheimer.
yeah,
I don't know. Time will tell which one was better,
yeah.
Barbenheimer or Liquid, as some people are calling it.
I haven't heard that one. That's a good one. I was trying to think in my head what it would be called. That's
Yeah, I saw Liquid.
Liquid. Okay,
Hmm.
could be worse.
Could
So
be better though.
could
Could be
definitely be
better.
better. I'll give you nothing.
Could be
Barbenheimer
better.
went very very well off the tongue. That one
Yeah,
does not.
yeah, no, no.
Hmm.
But anyway, Tyler, next up we have to talk about our lovely Knicks. So we gotta get a little
Yes.
sports talk in there. So as of recording today, last night they won by scoring 145 points.
Yeah.
Like this team looks like they're starting to mesh a little bit.
Finally.
Um, I went to the game on last Monday. Marcelo and I looked up tickets against the Warriors, or not the Warriors, the Wizards, and we
Hmm.
were like, "Damn, tickets are $70. Let's do it."
Yeah.
So last minute, we bought the tickets before the game was about to start. We bought them at like 4 o'clock. The game was at 7:30.
That's awesome.
Hopped on a 5 o'clock or 4:45 train. Was there
Yep.
by 6:30, and the game started like an hour after we got there.
Hmm.
Um, dude, like I'll say this time and time again. It's just like there's no better feeling than being at the Garden.
Hmm.
Um, it's just absolutely amazing. The Garden is just so special. I just love every seat in the house there. And just to watch like Cat, you know, in person,
Yeah.
just like to see like him off screen, watching him like, hustle back after, getting fouled or and there being a no call, he's on the ground, but he pops right up and just runs back down the floor.
Yeah.
And then just seeing in person like Brunson putting his body on the line. I mean, I'm sure you've seen like I feel like he just is always on the ground, Brunson, like
Yep.
on
It's
TV.
it
Like
seems like it. Yeah.
he seems like he's just getting banged up every play, but yeah, he gets up and he's still dropping 30 points tonight.
Hmm.
Like it's crazy. But yeah, man, the Knicks look fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I'm hoping that they can kind of, ha have a nice little run until like Christmas, win on Christmas Day and just keep it going.
Yeah, no, I think I remember when we trashed Francisco Lindor in
Yeah,
April or May. It's they seem to turn it around, and we kind of not trashed the Knicks, but we did allude to their early season struggles. And I think since that podcast, like 2 weeks ago, they've kind of turned it on. They're scoring 140 points a game. The
yeah,
defense, can use some work still, but hey, if you're scoring 140 points, doesn't really matter too much about the defense as long as you allow less than 140 points, which hopefully you can.
yeah,
So.
exactly. I mean, that's the one thing that they do have to work on is just
Mhm.
a little bit better defense. I mean, we got some good defensive players who
Mhm.
are holding up their end. It's just collectively as a team, they got to play a little bit better.
Yeah, I think they're gelling a little bit better now. I mean, Cat and Brunson look great together.
Yep.
OG has really turned it on. Honestly, not even just us talking about. Shout out Ann Hathaway. Have you seen his numbers since OG's
Yeah.
numbers since he ran into Ann
Yeah.
Hathaway? He's turned
Yeah.
into an all-star. He's
Absolute
averaging like
all-star.
24 points a game. And I remember last year, a lot of his games, like even when he wasn't putting up a lot of stats, on the offensive side of the ball, he was, like a plus 57 when he was on the floor. He
Yeah.
was great defending guys, but now he's doing it on both sides of the ball almost on a nightly basis, putting up
It's
20 points a
crazy.
game. So
Yeah.
him, Josh Hart doing it all. I mean, this is one of the most fun Knicks teams we've ever watched, I think.
Definitely. I mean, I had so much fun watching this team last year.
Hmm.
And, we were upset about, the Nova Knicks not being complete. But
Hmm.
I don't know if you've seen, but DiVincenzo hasn't been doing too great over
He
there in
has
Minnesota.
not.
So his stock is going down a little bit. So how fucking awesome would it be if we retraded for Dante at like the trade deadline?
I did see that he has not been doing well and seems like the power of friendship, but unfortunately, I think I also saw that you cannot trade back for a player in the same season.
That's whack.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, you cannot, if you traded him, you cannot trade back for him. I don't even think you can. I think the only way you would be able to is sign him back if he was released.
They should
I,
do that then.
I think there's some rule. I read it quickly, but yeah, how crazy would that be if we somehow got DiVincenzo back? It doesn't seem like it's legal, but if we were able to get it done, I think
That'd
that'd
be
be pretty
sick.
cool.
I'd be pretty hyped. Maybe just release him. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, listen, if he's not doing well and he's not happy with his time there, just bring him back. We could use another shooter. But yeah, they're starting to get healthier, and I think Precious is starting to ramp it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Mitch
I'm
Robinson's starting to ramp it
I
up a little bit. So
Yeah, I think he was hurt a little bit, Precious. So I'm happy he's back now and he's coming back into the rotation a little bit.
yeah.
Because I like him in there. Sims is just super athletic. I'm just not sure he's that second guy. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that, comes back a little bit more and gets
Hmm.
more playing time. But time will tell, man. This next team looks good. I hope we do something special. I just don't know. The Celtics just look so good. It's gonna be hard to like
I know.
go up against them later on, but we will see.
We will see. They are definitely, I think, the biggest test right now because I know they just got Porzingis back. I think they put up I think it was like 70 points in like halftime yesterday. It was something
Something
insane.
ridiculous,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like every night they're scoring like 140 points, beating their opponent by 40. So it's like,
It's like they're just so good, like for
mhm.
no reason. It's like
Yeah.
why?
They just have a lot of depth on that team too. Like five, six guys that can all put up 20 points any night. So
Yeah,
it should be cool. We kind of got robbed a little bit of it last year, Knicks versus Celtics in the
yeah,
Eastern Conference Finals. I would love that matchup to happen this year,
it would
or
be
at any
awesome.
point in the playoffs. It would be nice to
Yeah,
take them on. So hey, bring it on. Knicks keep playing well, and we'll see how far it can go.
yeah, man. Let's go Knicks, baby. Let's go Knicks.
Let's go, Knicks.
But yeah, to kind of put this full circle, Tyler, we were talking about Thanksgiving.
Hmm.
So before we go into our last two topics, first off, Thanksgiving Eve. Um, Besides Thanksgiving itself, there's a lot of good football games going on there. So I love watching football. But
Yes.
the holiday before that is for me Thanksgiving Eve. It's
Yes.
hyped. I absolutely love Thanksgiving Eve, but you are not really as big a fan as I am. So let's discuss, is it hype or overhyped?
I think it's overhyped. I think it's overhyped. Not entirely. I think it's overhyped. Maybe like the first 2 years you're in college, I think it's exciting
Okay,
because
yeah.
you come back from college if you went away, or other people come back from college, and it's kind of like, especially that first year in college, freshman year, you're 3 months into college, but now you get to come back to your hometown and celebrate with everyone, and it's really exciting. It's like a big
Yeah.
reunion. But I think once you're kind of past like sophomore, junior year of doing it, I just, it's not as exciting to me anymore in the sense that I can go out any single night to the same place with the same friends, but now I have to pay more money, wait in bigger lines
Yep.
for the same place every single night. So at this point, I think it's a little overhyped.
Yeah, I think we're definitely getting to that age where it is
Hmm.
like kind of ridiculous to pay that much money to go out just to the normal bars. Like it's one thing if you go to like a high class bar with like, um with like a I don't know, I guess more expectations to have fun. But if I'm
Yeah,
going to some regular dive bar and I still have to pay $30 to get in, it's like
yeah,
okay, kind of crazy.
yeah.
But I still enjoy it. It's a
Hmm.
fun thing to do before Thanksgiving Eve, especially when a lot of your friends are going to be off the next day.
Yeah,
So it's
true.
a good time to kind of get everybody together, and it's an excuse to have everybody around. So I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
But I wonder what our fans think. I mean, I think most of our fans would agree with me, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean, I
know.
think so too. Listen, I'm not completely bashing or saying anyone that goes out on Thanksgiving Eve, it's like foolish because, I would love to drink and hang out with friends and stuff, but I just remember last year going out to Farmingdale, which is a
Yep.
place we've been to many times as a group,
Hmm.
but
Yep.
now the covers were more expensive. the lines were longer, and it was more packed for a place that, we went to a few times a month, almost every
And
weekend,
getting no problem.
and getting no problem with less of a cover. So, just kind of having everything just be, I don't know, more expensive is just kind of, it makes it a little overhyped in my eyes. But hey, anyone who wants to go out and drink, be my guest. I know me
Be
and
my guess.
be my guest. I mean, listen, I know once Wednesday hits, it's basically going to be drinking from now until Christmas, and then you worry about that come New Year's. What just happened? But
Yeah, man.
I cannot wait for the holidays.
Yeah, can't wait for the holidays, man. This is literally my favorite time of year.
Hmm.
We alluded to it earlier, we got Thanksgiving Eve, Thanksgiving, Black
Hmm.
Friday
Yeah.
there, but even after that, we got Christmas, New Year's Eve, just great holidays that I love. And it's just something about, that holiday season, seeing family,
Hmm.
eating really good food that just, puts you in a better mood.
Absolutely. What are you doing for Thanksgiving this year?
I am going to my grandparents that used to live in Brooklyn, but they moved more uh east, right? Yeah, more no, out west, right? I don't know. No, out
Don't, you're
east.
asking the wrong gal.
Yeah, they
I
moved
have
more out
no
east.
idea.
Wrong gal. They moved closer to us in East Islip now. So just
Okay.
traveling East Islip, see my
Oh,
family.
nice.
Nothing crazy. But I know you had some big travel plans, right?
Yeah, I'm getting the best of both worlds. I'm kind of spoiled this Thanksgiving. We're gonna split the holiday in the sense that Thursday will be at Taylor's parents' house in Pennsylvania. We'll spend Black Friday there, try and do some shopping at the mall up
Nice.
there. And then Saturday, my family is going to be going to my grandparents' house. Taylor's coming down as well with me, obviously.
Yeah.
And we'll be having two Thanksgivings, which I'm not complaining at all.
That's awesome, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I love Thanksgiving. It's probably one of my favorite holidays. I just love being with family, obviously, but I also just love the food so much.
Dude, love the freaking food, man. I love it. And where are you guys isn't like a really big mall up there in Pennsylvania?
Probably. I mean, everything in Pennsylvania by your parents' house is like so far away. It's kind
Ah,
of like in
true.
the middle of
True.
nowhere, but
Yeah.
there probably is. The mall we go to is the outlets, I should say, is very nice. It's very big, has every store you can think of. And I don't know if I've ever really been like Black Friday shopping. I think, Taylor and her mom like to go early in the morning. So I think we're going at like whenever they open, like 6 a.m. or something like that. And I've never done that, so I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Really?
Yeah, I've never done it. I shockingly have never been to like the Smith Haven Mall or Walt
Yeah.
Whitman or whatever mall at 6 a.m. because I just never thought to do it, but I kind of wish I did.
I used to do it in high school. That's like when it was like really crazy when
Yeah,
you like would watch on TV people like stampeding to get into
yeah,
places and like running over people
mm,
and like getting them seriously injured.
yeah,
But I haven't really done that in a while. I mean, I think just like the age of just being able to buy everything online has really kind of killed everything.
mm,
But I do like to go and try on stuff, especially if you're buying clothes. Like I like to try on shit. And I feel like you might find a better deal if you do go in person. So I don't
yeah,
hate it, you
yeah.
know?
No, I'm not against it. I kind of wish I was participating in the prime of Black Friday. I
Yeah.
kind of miss when, you could get a TV for like $10 and everyone's stampeding and going
$10,
crazy.
bro.
Now I
Shit's
feel
crazy.
like now I feel like you go in there and they're like, "Hey, 30% off." It's like this stuff is always 30% off.
Yeah.
It's like I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal, but I'm still excited to go check it out. I remember for fun, me and my family after Thanksgiving on Thursday, obviously, we would just go to Walmart and kind of like people watch Thursday night on the way home from my grandparents because the Walmart's right there in Islandia. And we would always just go, people walking out with big TVs and all this stuff and huge lines. And we just kind of walk around and really never get anything. Maybe some
Just
small things like we would
watch the
get
chaos.
clothes or groceries or stuff while people walking around with these big electronics. And it was a fun little thing to do. So that's probably the closest I've come to the hype of, stampeding and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
just watching all the chaos over there
Yeah, literally.
transpire.
Hmm.
But I mean, that's smart. A lot of these places will open up early, so it's not as crazy. I mean, even if just the deals online or just again, like you said, like people are having 30% off. I've seen close to 50% off in some places, but just wild.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, like you said, they extended now, so you could just do Cyber Monday. And sometimes
Yep.
Cyber Monday now is like Cyber the whole week. So you
Yep.
could
It's
just
like
literally
Cyber
do
Week.
all your Christmas shopping. Yeah, it's Cyber Week now. So you
Yeah.
get that all done. But I don't know. Obviously, regardless, I'm still excited. There's three not so great football games on in my
Yep.
eyes.
Yep.
Unfortunately, you got to watch
I
the
agree.
Giants. So,
Hmm. I
which
don't even want to watch them, but
yeah,
I'll watch it anyway. It's something to do, right?
yeah, everyone's saying that they could smell the nap from here when just looking at that game because that is just a Tommy DeVito versus Cooper Rush kind of game where, you
Uh,
can just take a nice either pregame or postgame meal nap depending when you eat, and just worry about the other games, which are still kind of eh.
yeah. I mean, with the Lions play, they're probably gonna blow up whoever they fucking play because they're really good.
Yeah, I think it's Lions, Bears, Cowboys, Giants, and Green Bay's got somebody. I don't know who. I think they should switch up the teams. I know it's like the tradition for Green Bay and the Lions to always play, but maybe we
Yeah.
should put some more exciting divisional,
I
better
mean,
matchups on there.
I would like to see them, put like the teams that are good right now,
Hmm.
because like that's a prime time spot, you know.
Literally,
I mean, when's Thanksgiving? Fucking the 28th, right?
28th. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's Chiefs, Lions, Dolphins, Packers, and then Giants, Cowboys.
Dolphins, Packers. Jeez.
I mean, that one might actually not be terrible, the
Yeah,
Dolphins Packers one, and that's
yeah.
the nighttime game.
Yeah, that
I
could be
mean,
better. Now that Tua's back, that slate looks a little better now that Tua's back. I remember looking
yeah,
at it earlier when Tua wasn't there and Jordan Love was kind of hurt. But honestly, the only game is that one in the middle that kind of stinks.
yeah, the Lions Bears,
Oh, is that
or
the middle one?
no, the middle one is Giants Cowboys.
Yeah,
That's the
that
one
one
that
kind of
stinks.
stinks. Honestly, Caleb Williams is looking better. They can make it a little fight against the Lions. The slate actually does look better now with recent weeks. Teams kind of doing a little better. So that could be good. I mean, regardless, I'll have it on the background.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb Williams kind of showed a little bit that he does have some skill. It must have been the offensive coordinator kind of just,
Yeah.
ruining everything over there. I mean, that game was pretty good. Came down to the wire. They went to overtime.
Hmm.
So, it was a good game.
Yep.
Just I think the Lions are just too good of a team. They're gonna like run over the Bears. I could be
Yeah.
wrong though, but they're just so good, man.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's always a great tradition, regardless, to play or
I
to
like when
watch
they eat
football.
the turkey legs at the end
Yeah,
when they
yeah,
give the turkey legs to the guys.
that's always fun. I think if I was a football player, I would like to play on Thanksgiving, maybe once, not every year, because I'd like
Yeah.
to spend time with my family. But I would definitely like to play on it. It seems a lot of fun.
I wonder if they give NFL players off the Thursday for Thanksgiving beforehand if they don't have a game.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, probably. They probably work it into practice to
What
have
if
that
you're
day off.
what if you're away? Like what if like, you're a New York team and you're playing in California that weekend?
Mm.
Like I feel like that's tough.
Yeah, maybe you just have to work out plans with your family in California. Maybe you just have to
Yeah,
fly them all out or something.
that'd
Have
be
a little
wild.
intimate thing or something in a restaurant or something.
Imagine you're from like a imagine you're from like a crazy like Italian family that has like 20 fucking people that
Oh
you
my
have like
God.
Thanksgiving with and you're like really want to see all of them so you have to fly them all out.
Oh my
Dude,
God, you pay for like most of them and they all
the
have to
cost would
come.
just be insane.
Yeah, that would be crazy. And you would have to hope to find a big enough space to accommodate everyone. Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would only want like, I don't know, 7 or 8 people max. I
I
would
guess
just want a
Jimmy
little intimate thing.
Garoppolo and Danny DeVito are the only NFL players that have to worry about that.
Yeah, honestly, there's ones that come to mind off the top of the head. So I don't know. I don't know. Should be crazy.
Yeah, man. But to continue our Thanksgiving talk, Tyler, let's start with our game, man. A little bit different than last year. We
Yeah.
got our Thanksgiving food draft.
Yep.
I'm excited for this one because beforehand we were just kind of, going over some foods. I was stuck on six, and then next thing I know, I have 16 on my possible
Hmm.
draft list.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, this should be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. And like Carl said, last year we kind of just did everything to do with Thanksgiving. This year we're just doing food items, but that is
Yep.
every course. So that is, appetizers, that is the main course, and then desserts. So,
Yep.
Carl, as always, we can do a little rock, paper, scissors to see who gets that very good first pick. All
This
right.
this decides it right here.
It
Who's
does,
gonna
it does,
have the best
always.
draft?
Yep. Rock,
Rock,
paper,
paper,
scissors,
scissors,
and
and shoot.
shoot. Oh God. Tie. Rock,
Rock,
paper,
paper,
scissors,
scissor,
shoot.
and shoot.
What you got?
What the
Oh no,
fuck?
no,
That's
no.
crazy.
Uh-oh. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah,
Ah, let's go.
uh-oh. So Carl's got the first pick. Carl, start us off with our 2024 Thanksgiving food draft.
All right. One of one. I am going to go stuffing.
Ah, you bastard.
Yeah. It was definitely the one-on-one on the board. I feel like that's a tough one to beat.
That is my favorite dish by far. My grandma makes two bowls of it, one for everyone and one that she puts directly in front of me. So I'm definitely upset that I did not win that rock, paper, scissors because I really wanted that.
Ah, I'm sorry, man. I'm
But
sorry.
it's all
Sorry to
right
hear that.
because, as soon as I lost, I knew it was gone. So for a quick pivot, for my first pick in the Thanksgiving draft, I'm going to go with mac and cheese.
Oh, that's such a good one.
Yeah,
Damn.
mac and cheese is one that honestly I feel like a lot of people really love. I mean, who
Yeah.
doesn't love that all year round and gotta have it on Thanksgiving? So,
Dude, who doesn't like the creamy cheese noodles,
yeah,
man?
even
Who doesn't
baked
like
too
them?
as well. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
you could really have some fun with it. So,
You could really have some fun with it. Number two, you can't have the stuffing without the turkey. So I'm going number two, I'm going turkey.
yeah, I feared you would go that direction. I know a lot of people don't love turkey that much, but it's still
Yeah.
essential.
It's such
I
still essential. The pilgrims used to use it, they
yeah,
used to eat it. So why not?
exactly. I like it, but I put it on my plate just cause I feel like a lot of people just say they put it on their plate just because they have to have it, but they don't like it. I like
You
it.
need some protein in there. You just have to have some protein. Can't
Exactly.
have all the carbs.
No, you cannot. So with my next pick, my second pick of the draft, I'm gonna go with another favorite of mine. I'm gonna go green bean casserole.
That's a good one. I was tied there. I think with that pick, you kind of came back a little bit there.
Yeah, I was
It's a
afraid
good
to let
one.
it slip any further because I know
Yeah,
that's a fan favorite of many. So
it's a good one.
yeah, so that's
Um,
my pick.
my next pick, I'm gonna go with sweet potatoes, one of the very many different potatoes that we could have on this list. But just
Yikes.
something about like sweet potatoes, even when they put like the pecans on top or like
Hmm.
the marshmallows, just something about it is just so good. That crunch
Yeah.
and the sweet potato, just so good, so good.
I kind of forgot about those. Those are delicious. We did talk about a bunch of potatoes, and I didn't even think about those, and
Yeah,
those are very good. And just to counteract that, I'll just go with mashed potatoes, just regular
I
mashed
was hoping I can get
potatoes.
both.
So I can, yeah, I cannot let you have both of those because you're kind of already killing me. So I have to compile some really good sides to kind of
No, I
counteract
think that's a
your
good one. I think those are
stacked
two good
list.
ones.
Yes.
Oh my God. My next pick is honestly, I thought of this one last minute kind of, but I feel like it's also very slept on, and I'm going
Hmm.
with cornbread.
Cornbread.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm a
Very
huge fan of
nice.
cornbread, and I think it just kind of rounds out all of the different things I have on my list right now.
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. I put down like some appetizers like bread and stuff like that. Didn't even think of cornbread, and I love
So
cornbread.
good.
That is delicious. So that's a good
So
one.
good.
For my next pick in a draft that I think I'm getting killed in, for my next pick, I have to get protein on here. I know some people who do have this, and I'm just gonna go with ham, Thanksgiving
Yeah,
ham.
yeah.
I had, you took the
I have it on
turkey.
there. I
Yeah,
have it
you
on
have the
there.
turkey. I have to have something to try and go with that. So maybe I get some votes for people who don't like turkey and they do ham. So there's my guess. I'm going with some ham as my fourth
Hey,
pick.
hey, that's a solid pick right there. Solid pick.
Yeah,
My last pick, number five, I am going with a dessert, and I'm going with my favorite pie, pumpkin pie.
very
So,
nice.
yeah, um, those are my five, and I'm happy with my five, Tyler. And round us out with your number five pick.
You got great five picks. There's definitely a lot more sides we left off here. Definitely a
Yes.
lot more appetizers. If we could do 10 each, we probably would have. But for the sake of the draft, we're doing five each. So I'm going to go to dessert as well, just to make it fun. I'm going with the other pie. Maybe I'll get some more votes. I'm going apple pie.
Nice.
Even
Okay.
though I'm not a huge fan, I'm playing for the people. And
Playing for the people.
that is rounding out my draft to have a balanced meal as well. So,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
gotta say, honestly, I know you think I killed you in this one, but I think it's very close.
It is very close. A lot of this is up to preference. I mean, your list, you have stuffing, turkey, sweet potatoes, cornbread, pumpkin pie. I just think I would like eating that list better.
Yeah,
People
that's
might be
fair.
different, but then yeah, mine, mac and cheese, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, ham and apple pie. Honestly, also, yeah,
Honestly,
it's
your
very
top
good.
two are very good. Like I would eat those like a lot. I'm gonna eat
Yeah.
a lot of that this week.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, I think yeah, it could come down to again the first pick having, one of one and getting
stuffing,
stuffing
yeah,
and turkey. But hey, you guys let us know in the comments. We'll have this video up and, let us know who
let us
has the
know what
better
you
list.
think.
Yeah, and also let us know ones we didn't say that you guys enjoy
Yeah,
rating as well.
yeah. Let us know, roast us please, and let us know who won, Team Carl or Team Tyler.
Exactly, exactly. But yeah, I think that wraps up another lovely edition of the Two Man Podcast. Happy belated Thanksgiving again. Hopefully, you guys all had a great time with your friends and family. Have fun on this long weekend off from work. Keep
Yes,
liking,
facts.
subscribing, and everything like that. And we appreciate you guys as always.
Yeah, go buy some good deals at Black Friday. So enjoy, enjoy
Enjoy.
everything, guys.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.